and readers, it's me, Raimskie, and welcome to another book review for 2023. Now, before we get things started, if you are new to this channel, then please do consider in hitting that subscribe button and clicking on that notifications button or that cutesy little bell button, if you may, for more book reviews such as this one and or for more unboxing videos of book boxes for 2023. Now, in this video, I will hopefully briefly be reviewing Time Out by Sean Hayes, Todd Milliner, and Carleen Greenwald, which, by the way, came out on May 30, 2023. And yes, I know this book review has been a long time coming. So, here we go. Now, before I get to the nitty-gritty of what's in this book, or what I liked and didn't like about this book, I have to tell all of you its content/trigger warnings. And I have to tell all of you it has a lot. For a traditionally published YA book. And some of those triggers/content warnings are rampant homophobia, death of a beloved family member, threatening of a teenager with a handheld gun, or rather a handheld weapon, swearing, a lot of swearing, underage drinking, inner homophobia/toxic masculinity, and last but not least, abuse of power. More specifically, a leadership position. So, the premise of this book is that Barclay Elliott, which is, by the way, this character, who is the legendary basketball player of their team currently, one of the grandkids of one of the basketball legends of their hometown, and a basketball prodigy, wanted to come out publicly to his fans, to his teammates, to his family about who he is, about his soji, more specifically, his sexual orientation. He wanted them to know who he really is because he is tired of hiding in the closet. So one day during a pep rally, he publicly came out as a homosexual. And since he is living in a small town in Georgia, things went downhill from there on because his teammates turned their backs on him. Suddenly, his so-called fans started ignoring him for some reason. And his so-called best friend from their team didn't even back him up or even supported him for some reason. So his other best friend, Amy, has decided to drag him to their voting rights group so that he could help his head get out of the gutter. And there, in that voting rights group, he met the undeniably handsome, the undeniably cute, aggravating, and yet so charming Christopher, which is, by the way, this one. So, according to the authors of this book, the very heart of this story is to show the readers how different kinds of people have different processes of grieving, of mourning, of a lost loved one. And I must tell all of you that at first I didn't get that, because while I was reading this book, I felt like the focus was more on how bigotry affects the mental health of a newly out of the closet homosexual, of a newly outed teenager. And it took a real toll on him, on Barkley himself. It traumatized him to the point that he doesn't know who to trust anymore. It's revolved around bigotry so much that whenever I read, the people around him harassed him with each passing day, to the point that he didn't want to go out of their home anymore. He didn't want to face those people. He didn't want to face his team anymore. And to the point that he even quit his basketball team because he didn't feel that he was supported. He didn't feel that he was accepted for who he is. And I only got that story, or got that point, near the end of the story. So when I was reading the first few chapters of this book, I already knew that this was going to be a 7-star rating for me. But then again, as the story progresses, as I neared the end, fortunately, I enjoyed the romance part more and more. So for me, while I was reading this book, it felt like that it focused more on the bigotry and the harassment that the main character, Barkley Elliott, experienced after coming out, after showing his vulnerability to people around him, and less of the grieving and mourning part, which is saddening because it is such a good book. However, I must tell all of you that if I have read this book back in 2010s, I would have enjoyed this one and would have given it like a perfect rating. And if this was published in 2010s, girl, I would have suggested this book throughout the years. So with all of that said, I will be giving Time Out by Sean Hayes, Todd Milliner, and Carleen Greenwald 8 out of 10 stars. Just because I enjoyed the romance part as it neared the end. So I hope you all liked this hopefully brief book review of Time Out by Sean Hayes, Todd Milliner, and Carleen Greenwald, which by the way came out on May 30, 2023. So I'm so sorry to the authors for this late book review. And if you all did, please do give me a thumbs up, or if you did not, please be completely honest with it and do give me a thumbs down and put your feedback in the comment section. Because again, I will be needing all of those feedbacks to grow as a content creator. Also, you all could follow me on all of my social media accounts. That would be Bookstagram, BookTwitter, and BookTok. But I am mostly active on Bookstagram, and they all have the same handle, at Raimskie Reads. So again, this is Raimskie asking you people, begging you people to please hunt, discover, and read those queer books. Queer out!